Ben Kaufman, who is the founder and CEO of Quirky, and Jamie Siminoff, chief inventor, Jamie, really, of Edison Jr. and Alexia Tsotsis. I hope you're ready backstage. Well,
So, Jamie, Ben, hi.
Sorry, I was a bit quick out then.
What each of your, or can you talk a little bit about what Quirky does, and can you talk a little bit about what you guys do,
Sure.
and how that fits into the product entrepreneurship spectrum?
Sure. So my background is kind of fun. I had a product idea in high school. And I thought the only thing standing in the way of bringing my product idea to life was a little bit of money. So I had my parents remortgage their house. My parents remortgaged their house. They handed me $185,000. I flew to China, and I quickly realized that all the things standing in my way had nothing to do with money. They were realities and complexities about being an entrepreneur in the consumer product market. This was the launch of my first company, Mophie. You might know Mophie now. They make the iPhone cases with the built-in batteries. And through that experience, just realized how hard it was to commercialize consumer products. But at the same time, realized that I wasn't unique in the fact that I had ideas. And ultimately, what the realization was and what led to Quirky was the fact that I wanted to create a platform that made invention accessible. A product idea hitting shelves shouldn't be up to whether or not you have crazy parents willing to remortgage their house. A product idea on shelves should be on shelf because it's just a great idea. So what Quirky does is commercializes
How did you convince your parents to remortgage their house?
I'm a pretty convincing dude.
What did you say? Well, you ended up selling Mophie for how much money?
I wound up selling Mophie.
For how much?
Huh?
For how much money? More than $185,000?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it was actually the hardest sales pitch I've done. I've raised a ton of money since then, and the toughest investor I've ever had was my mother, and it taught me a lot about raising money and what it would take. So anyway, what Quirky does is commercializes 3 brand new consumer products every week. The ideas for those products are submitted from people all around the world. If the idea gets enough traction, we do all of the hard work: manufacturing, merchandising, retail, sales, customer service, all the the nitty-gritty, nasty, ugly stuff it takes to build a brand new consumer product brand. And so we've been doing it for around 4 years. Our products are sold all around the world. We've commercialized, I think, around 300 or 400 items. And again, we're doing it at a 3 product per week pace, which is crazy. But it's fun.
So people come submit their ideas.
Yes.
Their ideas look for anything from a milk jug that tells you when the milk is sour to
power strips, to snow sleds, to spatulas. We make all sorts of different products. If the idea is something the world says is great and is needed, then we're going to make sure that the realities and complexities of bringing it to life don't get in the way of making it so.
What are some of the coolest products you've brought to life?
We have some really cool stuff. We have a pivotable power strip that does really well. We have a beautiful modular furniture system. We have some crazy electronic app-enabled stuff that's coming out early next year. We do lots of kitchen sort of tools and gadgets that are sort of fun. I mean, the best part about working for Quirky is you're walking into the office every day and you're making 3 things that you know nothing about. And it's a matter of putting it together and then bringing it out there for the world.
So you make the things, then where's your manufacturing?
All around the world.
So
we do manufacturing in Asia, we do manufacturing in the US, so the supply chain is basically set up to handle any sort of product. So if a high-end electronic comes in, we can handle that. If a plastic injection molded part comes in, we can handle that as well.
And then your revenue model is that you'll pay royalties to the inventor.
No, the revenue model is fairly simple.
Okay.
It's the oldest school business you could possibly imagine, which is selling product at a profit.
That's a surprise.
So we sell boxes of product at a profit and share some of that revenue back.
That's really disruptive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's another conference for that.
And we
welcome to come to it.
And we share part of our revenue back with the people that help make that product real. So our average product is owned by over 1,000 people. They all get paid every time one unit of a product sells. So there's this amazing sort of loop to the whole process.
So you raised $68 million from Andreessen. Is this to pay the people back or to?
Yeah, my mom.
Your mom.
Yeah.
And you have a similar thing going on.
Yeah, so we started a design lab called Edison Junior to build our own products, and came out with a product last year called Pop. Pop's a portable power charger that charges multiple devices, retractable cord reels, cool little thing. Threw it on Kickstarter, raised $140,000, and liked the experience of that, wanted to keep doing more products, and found ourselves in a position, and sort of like Ben, that sort of evolved our company, is the products that we had thought of that we wanted to do, we really wanted to do, are no longer allowed on Kickstarter. So Kickstarter changed some of their rules of what could be allowed. You saw Locatron out here with their home improvement project, which wasn't allowed on. And so
when did Kickstarter change the rules?
Kickstarter changed the rules.
But when?
September 22nd or something. So.
And why?
At 3:12 p.m.
At 3:12 p.m. on September 22nd. So there was problems with product. I mean, product is, Ben talked about it. Product's really tough to do, and you have to have a lot of infrastructure to do product. You have to sort of know what you're doing. You have to choose the right factories. So the product's definitely a tough thing to do, and so they were running into problems with product, and they were trying to sort of clean up the market for it. The problem is that for people like myself and other product people that are doing it right, that are putting in the work, that are doing the due diligence, that are going through the process, this sort of took away a great way of funding us without giving away equity, and also a great way of learning whether or not a product should be made or not, because it's just as important, crowdfunding, that it helps someone make something as it kills something that shouldn't be made. So we're a big believer in sort of that model, regardless of if you have money or not. And so Christie Street is a thing we're launching actually like right now.
Right now.
Right now. Do we have the video?
Right as we sit here. So why don't we just show the video of Christie Street real quick.
Live from LeWeb.
The idea, that little spark of wonder that ignites the imagination and drives people to do incredible things. Because creation brings innovation, and innovation changes lives. One never knows when inspiration will strike, but when it does, we'll be here. Welcome to Christie Street, a place where inspiration strikes every day. It's a place built on the notion that in order to create successful products, you must find people who believe in them first. Christie Street is a neighborhood of innovation where buyers can pre-order cool new products from credible inventors. It's a community built to connect amazing people so we can create awesome new things, however big or small. Christie Street is a platform for invention built and curated by inventors who have successfully built good products and who at times have struggled with it too. We know how hard it can be to create sustainability out of thin air. So we created this place because shared vision gets things done. From reviewing design and pre-sale plans with inventors to delivery protections for buyers, we bring accountability to the innovation process, along with one simple goal: to get great inventions into people's hands. Impactful products and creative invention working in harmony. Because there has never been a better time to create an idea. There has never been a better way to share its success with others. And there has never before been a neighborhood like this to help people innovate ideas together. Christie Street, supporting inventors, protecting buyers.
Thank you. So.
Mazel tov, Jamie.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we do have glass to break.
We've got a water bottle to break.
Exactly. So that's our. That's the idea. I mean, the idea is that we audit products on the way in now, that we support. So whereas with Quirky, you'll have someone who has an idea for, say, a new water bottle or some sort of new thing, but that they don't want to actually make it. They're not the entrepreneur. They don't want to build a business around it. And building a business is hard, and not everyone wants to do that, and that's okay. With us, we want those people that, like myself, who want to take something and build it, who want to have the hardship of that product and get it made and try to get it into retail and try to get it distributed. And so Christie Street's there to support that on the way in, from an audit process, from PR support, from even helping them how to contact people to pre-sell the product. And then on the back end, we do a fairly easy and simple escrow process to help along the way, that if something does happen, the customers know what's going to happen. They know how to get a refund, and we can sort of protect then both sides.
Because not everyone, I didn't know. What does an escrow process mean?
So with
describe that.
I actually thought when I went on Kickstarter, it was kind of stupid. I thought that they actually held the money back until you had different sort of stages. When we were done with Kickstarter, I mean, we had 120 something thousand, so minus the fees, just basically in our bank account, and that was without doing anything. We hadn't done anything yet, and so as an inventor, I didn't need all that money up front, and it's actually for most inventors, it's actually not good to have that money up front, because if something happens during the process, you'd actually rather be able to return that money to the people that bought, not have it in your account. So there's, with the escrow process that we have right now, we broke it basically into thirds. So you have the development side, is you get a third of the money, or up to a third, and then you have the tooling process and then the manufacturing process. So sort of protecting it along the way and hitting these stages and having the inventor, at each stage present that to us so that we can then release the next set of money.
So you want to talk about something on how it would work on Kickstarter versus how it would work on Christie Street. So the Pebble watch, it raised how much? 15 million?
Over 10.
Over 10 million. Yeah. Still hasn't shipped.
Correct.
Right. I mean, you tell this story better than I do.
So I mean, I wouldn't want to pick on them, but there are definitely products that have gone on Kickstarter maybe too early. Also, ones that have gone on that just were not able to manufacture because they were designers designing something, but that the parts actually don't exist. And very simple things that you could have figured out in a quick audit process on the way in, and those products have been funded. The money's been given out to the people that are trying to build this product, and now they're not being delivered, and so that's a real problem. And so far the way that Kickstarter is set up is that you as the buyer have to sort of talk to the inventor. And I think that's great in some ways, for the different verticals, maybe like arts and music and things. But in product, I don't believe that that's the best way. I really think that, and Christie Street is here to sort of stand for the buyer. So if there is a problem, we're the ones that are going to, do the resolution. We're the ones that are going to figure it out. We're the ones that are going to be standing there protecting the buyer and also supporting the inventor. And that's a lot of work, and it's maybe not scalable, but we didn't get into this for scale. We got into this to sort of do the platform and do the system the right way.
I mean, aren't you both taking on massive amounts of liability?
Yes.
No.
Are you crazy?
Here's the thing. This is the invention is about walking straight into the fire. It's not about making sure you have the best business model or whatever it might be. It's about literally walking straight into the fire and dealing with it. And the Logitron guys are a perfect example. So much crap was thrown at them, right? Whether it be their first product, the fact that they weren't able to get back on Kickstarter, but they just kept on walking. That makes a great inventor. Jamie and I's businesses are investors. Now obviously Quirky's funded, but investors laughed at us. Are you kidding me? You're going to take on inventory risk of hundreds of products. You're going to make 3 products per week. It's an insane thing to do.
It's insane.
But we do what we do because creative people need a platform. And unfortunately, the platforms that exist, as great as Kickstarter is, and as great as this crowdfunding movement is, it's not right for product. It gives inventors a false sense of success. Raising money is not success in product development. Raising money is not success really anywhere. Success in product development is shipping boxes. Jamie's new business now is going to protect the buyers of boxes. My business makes sure that as many new boxes as possible can be created on a weekly basis. What we do isn't the sexiest technology company around, but it's totally necessary work to leave the world a better place than where we found it.
Have you raised money?
We have not. So we've raised very little friends and family, but no, we haven't raised a big round of funding. So we're pretty bootstrapped, and we're okay with that. I mean, we're going to make this.
So how could Kickstarter fix itself?
I I think they have to do, in product specifically, and that's really, for me, like product's all I sort of focus on, and that's where my passion is. So, I personally, so I guess I think, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I think you need to do something like what we're doing. I think you need to have an audit process. I think you have to dole out the money in sections based on certain successes along the way. I think you have to get involved in it, and I think that's sort of the problem is if you look at the Kickstarters and then the Kickstarter sort of competitors, they're all sort of doing the same model, which is like hyper scalable crowdfunding.
You have to get your hands dirty. It's very simple. Like, get your hands dirty. Get in there. Like, deal with manufacturing problems. Like, correct bill of materials. You can't just say, all we're doing is giving you the money and you're going to like figure it out on yourself. Because, everyone in that process fails. The inventor fails. The buyer starts distrusting the platform. Like, it just doesn't work for product.
Yeah, and I think if you don't have a trusted platform for product in the long term, I'm talking the next 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 years, it's not going to be a healthy community, and that's what a healthy community is what an inventor needs in order to succeed.
So, how many product submissions have you had on Christie Street thus far? What are your offers?
Maybe one so far.
In the 3 minutes it's been live.
So we
we
just launched. We have a reference product on there, which is one of our products that was not going to be allowed on Kickstarter, which is Doorbot, and Doorbot's a cordless doorbell that has video on it. That when someone hits your doorbell, it now goes to your iPhones, iPads, Samsungs, whatever. So you can, wherever you are, you can see your door, talk to someone.
It's very cool. It's a cool product.
Cordless and wireless and everything. So that's actually up now, live right now. We've had a few submissions from just talking to people in our own networks. But definitely, this is the sort of our live time, and so we'll see how submissions come. I mean, we're going to approach this very humbly. I mean, we're not thinking that we're going to be Kickstarter tomorrow. We're not going to try to, have thousands of products on there. I mean, this is going to be, a slow growth, and hopefully in the next year or so we'll have, at any one time, 5, 10, 15 products on there, and hopefully we'll be able to fund great inventors. And it would be great if in a year or two I could come back and say that this person was someone who had nothing, and now they have a company, and we were, the platform that allowed them to do that. That would be awesome. So,
do you guys see a demand for these products? You were telling me that somebody was making over $500,000 a year. On
we ship.
Platform.
We ship, I think, 1 million boxes a month at this point, if not more. The products sell, sure. Yeah.
And I mean your submissions of inventors.
Yeah, we get 4,000 idea submissions a week. The products are selling incredibly well. They're in 35,000 retail doors around the world. It's amazing when you build products the world wants. Yeah, there's a demand for them.
And from our side, I mean, we're as we're launching now, but I mean, if you look at the demand into Indiegogo, into Kickstarter, and into others with product, there's definitely demand out there. Whether or not we can, get that demand is to be seen. But there's definitely a huge demand, and you see with Locatron and with others. I mean, there's definitely a need for something like this. Whether or not we're able to execute on it will be seen.
Have you guys thought about maybe taking it, since this is the Internet of Things conference or the theme? Have you thought about actually putting these sort of internet-based crowdfunded products into stores?
So stores would be a great thing for us, but we're definitely going to sort of slowly get into the market. And our most important thing right now is making sure that there is a trusted place for people to pre-sell a product. Stores would definitely be the after thing on that. And then obviously once we have, if we have hundreds of successes, then we can, package them together and go to stores like Ben has done. So.
Yeah, so we're in 35,000 retail doors in the U.S., Target, Bed Bath & Beyond, et cetera. And actually today, this afternoon, we're announcing a big partnership in France and Europe with the Auchan Group, which is a big retailer around here where they'll have big invention submission projects, and our products will be available at their stores as well. So we do put products in stores, and hopefully one day we'll have our own stores as well.
And I think, Ben's proven, retail likes interesting things. They like new things.
They like not looking stupid by not having the new stuff.
So, if we can drive that type of product and, show them through crowdsourcing, when you're hitting the millions of dollars on a single product on crowdsourcing, it is showing the retailer that there is demand out there. And that's obviously a great way to go into a retailer is with, a successful crowdfunding. So.
Do you think the hardware and the product space will ever let go of the stigma of, wow, it costs too much to manufacture, or there's too many legislative issues?
No.
No.
I don't. Do you? It's not a sexy business. It was never meant to be a sexy business.
It's getting sexier. You're on stage at a conference.
It is right now maybe a little bit sexy, but once you dive into it and you like start dealing with like chargebacks from retailers and like logistics issues and stuff, like there's nothing cool about it. What's cool about it is the fact that you're doing things the world wants and you're driving the world forward. Like you are driving invention, and that's why I do what I do, and I think why Jamie is now doing what he's doing.
That sounds pretty sexy to me.
Feels sexy.
All right, thank you guys. Awesome.
Thank you, Alexia.
Bye. Bye, everybody. See you later.